Negotiator.
Welcome back to How to Buy a Home in New York, the series. And today we have step number 8, and that is how to negotiate your offer. And if you missed how to write your offer, step number 7, don't worry. Click this link and join us back here after that. Now, I hear this all the time. Agents absolutely love to negotiate. The majority of them are going to tell you they love negotiating. But I can tell you this, in a high demand, low inventory market, negotiation skills go out the window. So what can you do to negotiate your offer? Here are 9 tips and tricks when negotiating your offer. Number 1, have a live conversation, okay? Live conversations can net you a lot more information than texting and email. Why? Well, texting is usually bam, 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 1, 2, 3, done, sent. Email's a little more formal, I'll give you that. But when you're on a conversation on the phone, there's just a much more natural flow of the conversation. Hey, how are you? How you doing? Hey, listen, my clients like the house. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what's going on over there? And then just shut up. That's it. Live conversations, number 1. This one I can't stress enough, and that's why I put it right in the beginning. Have a live conversation. If you're shopping or you need assistance now, then please click the Calendly link down below to schedule a 15-minute call with myself or a member of the team. And if you're tired of Realtor, Truly, and Zillow and blah, 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 then go ahead, click the link for my app below. It's free and it works in every state around America. Number 2, negotiate up front before you actually submit the offer. This just saves everybody a lot of time from going back and forth. Number 1. Number 2, it saves the buyer, because if the seller already has another offer, instead of wasting time for their agent to write the offer, submit the offer, the other agent to pass along the offer, we could save all that time by the agent telling us, hey, we already have an offer that's above that. Would you like to talk to your clients and then give me a ring back? So it saves you time, saves you energy, saves you frustration. Negotiate up front before submitting the final offer. Number 3, hide your cards. So don't just, woo, I love this house, Mr. Seller. Wow, this is the greatest house ever. Oh man, this kitchen is everything I've ever wanted. Okay, that's a little over the top, but you get my point. Don't make the seller think you're desperate to get this house, okay? So hide your cards. Number 4, try and find out, most likely through that live conversation, what does the seller need? Do they need a minimum purchase price amount in order to sell this home? Do they need a certain amount of time to move before they can close on this house? Are they looking for not necessarily the best price, but the easiest deal? So trying to find out what the seller's looking for makes you as the buyer a lot sweeter. Number 5, and this ties in with number 4, try to negotiate a win-win. This is not you on a murder trial and you're the judge and looking for guilty. This is you. This is another person on the other side of this. It's a buyer and a seller, both good people. So try to find a deal that makes sense for both parties. So can you both agree on a price and the terms and a closing date? And if you can do that, well, hey, you're right along on your way to becoming a homeowner. So win-win. Number 6, use market value as a starting point. What do I mean by this? Is don't look at the list price, okay? Look at what the market value of the home is and start your bidding based on that. So if a house is listed for $500, but the market value is $450, well, then maybe you want to start at $420 or $430. Again, in a high demand, low inventory market, this goes out the window too. You're probably wondering at this point, well, what doesn't go out the window? And I'll get to those next. Don't you worry. I got you, baby. I got you. But you want to use the marketing value. That's really what's going to be the easiest way to determine, okay, where should we start? And if you want to negotiate or play the game and things like that, you might want to go like 2 to 3% under the market value. Again, list price is just list price. It doesn't matter. Number 7, data. Data, more data, or evidence. How long has the home been on the market? What's the average market time for similar homes? What are the comparables? What other homes are available for sale that are similar to this one? What's the square footage? What's the room count? What's the taxes? What's the HOAs? I mean, any evidence you can get to justify why you're submitting the offer you're submitting just helps out that much more, okay? And again, if this is a high demand, low inventory market, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So number 8 and number 9 do matter because these are specifically in a limited inventory, high demand market. So number 8, here we go. Include an appraisal clause. Basically, what you're telling the seller to do, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm willing to pay above the asking price for your house. However, if the house doesn't appraise for that amount, one of A, B, C, D, or E things will happen. That's something you can use as a negotiation tactic when submitting an offer. And number 9, this is a good one. Here, I got you. Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Right down Santa Claus Lane. Okay, here we go. Number 9. Here we go. Let's just get this on. All right. Number 9. The escalation clause is something that can be used in a high demand, low inventory market. So what happens? Well, basically, you're agreeing to pay a certain amount of money above the highest offer that the seller has. So if the highest offer they have is $500,000 and your escalation clause states, I'm willing to pay $5,000 more than the highest offer, well, you just won the house at $505,000. Now, also tying it in with number 8, you should also have an appraisal clause. So if the home doesn't appraise for a certain amount, then you're willing to pay fair market value. Now, guys, look, we can sit here and we can talk about hypothetical situations between negotiating, but the truth of the matter is very simple. If you really like a house and it checks off all your boxes, then strategize with your agent on how you can make this work. If you don't have an agent and you're doing this on your own, we'll strategize with the listing agent. Just keep in mind, the listing agent does work for the seller. You should have your own agent, but that's neither here nor there. So don't lose out on the home because you want to play a game of poker. Okay? And as usual, if you want to be notified when step number 9 comes out, what to expect during your home inspection, go ahead, hit subscribe, click the bell, and I shall see you here next time. Ding! Class dismissed. Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus.